of all drones will be used for agriculture by the time in 2020. You're thinking, what are all these drones doing out there in the fields today? So enter Optimus Prima, as lovingly named by her fans online, and one of my favorite Shakespeare quotes, "And though she be but little, she is fierce." So Optimus Prima is armed as GPS. She has onboard navigation and computer system. She has video. She has 8 propellers. And most importantly, underneath her is an infrared camera. Not just any infrared camera, it's called Normalized Difference Vegetation Index, or NDVI. You don't have to remember that. You're not going to be quizzed later. Just know that it's her eyeballs. So what does she see? This is a standard infrared image of a disease in a vineyard called leaf roll. It's a nasty, nasty disease. And the only cure right now is to actually rip the vine out of the ground. There's nothing else they can do. So what Optimus Prima does is flies over, spots the leaf roll, they yank it out, could save the vineyard tens of thousands of dollars or possibly save the entire vineyard itself. This is another really nasty bug called mealybug. And mealybug, if not treated, can be pervasive and also cause huge amount of damage in the vineyard. But the farmers do have an alternative. They spray something called, and I got to look at this again, imidacloprid. Some in the audience with a bigger brain than mine can tell me if I'm pronouncing that right. And it's in the neonicotinoids family of insecticides. It works really, really well. It really does wipe out the mealybug, but it has a side effect. It has an impact on the honeybee. So this is the male honeybee, who also coincidentally is called a drone. Pretty good tie-in, I think so too. And when that insecticide is introduced into the colony, even in sublethal doses, you get colony collapse disorder. Terrible, I know I'm depressing you again, but I promise there's a way out. Re-enter Optimus Prima. Optimus Prima has friends who do what's called precision spraying or prescriptive spraying. So right now, when they spot these diseases, the vineyards kind of choose the nuclear option. They spray the entire vineyard. It's sort of like treating the common cold with chemo, right? But what's next is they have drones, which is being produced right now, that'll actually spot the disease and precision spray exactly where it is, thereby spraying significantly less pesticides and exposing humans to a lot less pesticides as well. But let's see what else Optimus Prima can see. So this is a block of Sauvignon Blanc as seen by Google Earth. Looks dry and boring. Optimus Prima flew over this whole area, and she wanted us to focus just on that red square. And this is what she sees. I think it's really pretty. What you're looking at on the left-hand side, the green area, is really high chlorophyll. It's a really healthy canopy. If you look on the right-hand side, the dark pink area, really low chlorophyll, probably not so good. You look at the blue in between the rows, that's water saturation in the soil. You can't see any of this with the naked eye. And then presented back to the farmer or the winemaker, he said, the science, while accurate, what's most important to me? He said, is the fruit. What's the quality of the fruit? And what he told me, which surprised me, was the quality of the fruit on the right-hand side with low canopy is much higher than the left-hand side. Because the left-hand side was robbing the nutrients of the fruit. It was taking all the sugar and nutrients away and not pushing it in to the fruit, which is where it belongs. Which is why you have to have constant feedback from the farmer if this technology is going to take off. This is the canopy. I know it looks kind of like a horror flick because it's nothing but red and infrared images, but this is the fruit zone. This is the most important part to the farmer. Wine is an amazing business. I'm not a winemaker, but I'm thoroughly impressed by them. I mean, they're artists in my eyes. They get one chance per year to make it right. The fruit only drops once. Right? They can't throw more seeds into the ground. Vines take years to mature, and then it takes years beyond that for the wine to be even ready. The closest equivalent would be, imagine if you're a painter. You get one set of brushes, one set of paints, one canvas, and one chance per year to get it right, or you're out of business. It's crazy. And then you got to watch out for the rain, and it doesn't rain inside your studio, so you're okay. This is the first time farmers can move from reactive to proactive, right? But with this technology, they'll have an understanding before they ever enter the vineyard, where's the disease? Where do I have to spray pesticides? Where is the ripest fruit? What do I have to do today? So they can deploy their resources more effectively. Additionally, this can be applied to all different types of crops, strawberries, avocados, row crops, across the board. So you're going to leave this conference, and you're going to go home, and you're going to pour a glass of wine. And then I just want you to think. You're going to think, I wonder, did a drone have something to do with the making of this wine? And the next few years, the answer to that's going to be yes. And that seemingly small feat is going to have a major impact on the world's food supply over the next 30 years. And if we're really lucky, can make a big dent in helping the honeybees survive. Cheers. Thank you.